Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I have this very special treat. I took some extra time to come back from our last live stream because I went ahead and cut the pieces. I was also looking for a base, so I got two different kinds. This is a wonderful, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a very fine wine color corduroy. Let me see if you can see it. Okay, you can see it there. And it's getting a couple of the fuzz in there. So this is fine corduroy that I was able to find from my inventory. And I also found, or I'm going to use this satin one. So I have two skirts cut out, and I cut out two different pieces. Now, I made a video of when I got the mail delivery, and here's the other piece that I cut out. I cut this out pretty much the same, and I want you to see the bark cloth in this fabric. It is medium thickness, and you can see the material in there. All right, the brown is much easier to see. You can see the texture of the fabric, and the back is just as bright as the front. So much color. This is the back and this is the front. So I am getting the pattern so that you can see. I am using again McCall's 8531, and I am using this pattern. My printout is in a page protector in my spiral notebook. So I am using this pattern. This is the skirt that you saw. I won't be doing that little design. It's just going to be the skirt. And it is short or half sleeve for the top. Now, the pattern, if you want to follow along, I'm just dropping my Julia doll here. I just dropped her with my elbow. The pattern itself looks tricky, and let me show you here. This is the design for the skirt, and if I put it right over, you will see that there is the skirt right there. Same with this one. The pattern for the blouse is tricky, so I will be showing you. Let me show you this way. This is the pattern for the top. So this is the neck. This is the waist. This is for the sleeve, and this part is where you connect the back. This is the back. So it's going to be connected, and I went ahead and I did that little arrow to my pattern, and you can see here. It's very important to follow the directions of the pattern because this fabric is in a type of parallel design with the colors in the stripes. So I went ahead and put my little arrow just like this one. So this is going to be the back. So I will go in detail when I'm sewing that part, just in case you want to try out that pattern that I just showed you. You can buy it on download. There's a few Etsy sellers. No affiliation to anybody. I am not getting paid for that. I bought that on Etsy myself, but I also have the original pattern, which I don't like to use. This is Francie. She's going to be my one model. And this is the other Francie. She's going to be my other model for the other dress. So you'll see them later on in the video. So I'm moving my patterns along to the side. I didn't do the hem. I figured we could do that together. So this is how the pattern looks like. Here is the fold, my design for the fold. So let me do this so that you can get acquainted with how this is going to look. So this is the front, like you see it here, and this is the back. So this part right here, I don't know if you can see in the pattern, there's these big dots, and there's that big dot right there. You're going to sew it like this. So there is the front, and there is the back. So while you have that visual, I am going to sew one. I'm going to take these two and move this to the side. So I'm going to move that too. And let's see. Okay, so this is the front. This is the other piece. So I'm going to put the two front pieces together. And I'm using pink thread, so I'm going to continue. Hi, everybody. So I'm going to continue. Oh, should I use another? I guess I will. No, I'm just going to use the pale pink thread. So right over here, I am going to start sewing. And if you notice right here, the pattern, how it has this little piece, that's going to be here so that when you're sewing it, look at that. It's going to end right there. Voila! There is one, and let's do the other. Right here. Connect right there. Let me move it. There we go. This is a very 70s material because it is from the 70s. Definitely flower power, as you can see. And barkcloth is extremely expensive because it's out of print. It's been several decades, and they use this during the festivals for the hippies. So here is the back. It does not fray. As you can see over here, it's a semi-thick. But what I am going to do is I'm going to, since I'm not ironing this right now, I am going to fold it and go over it right here. It's going to be my help when I am putting the soft tool. Now, I don't think this has a turtleneck. Remember the other one I meant to put a turtleneck and I forgot? So I am going very carefully because this is my outline. This is what is going to set the look. And all right, there we go. So doing the outline is very important. See how perfect the circumference is right there? And I should iron this, but it's going to take way too long, and I have my pets here. So here is the top. And for the bottom, I should change the thread because it's going to show up. So the one on the bottom is going to be the one that is going to be showing on the top. So I'm going to choose this teal one. I think it's a good color as any. I have a lime one, but I think that's going to be showing up too much. So this is right here is the sleeve. So let me show you right here. This is the sleeve right here. And I'm going to do the hem right now, and I'm going to do the hem on the other. just enough to cover my little sew hoop. And when I do the other one, I'm going to be very careful to match it. So this is the little tail of the thread. So I'm going to make sure that my fold is just like the other one. So there we go. See that? So I just want to make sure that it's the same. And once I put it here, I'm going to sew it on through. There. I could go ahead and sew without the soft tool, but I really need it because it holds the fabric once it's pressed over. So I might have used the very last of the other one. I'm looking around here. I don't see it. So I'm going to get a new tool. Okay, here we go. Just snip some away from the bolt that I have overhead. And just about half an inch or smaller is what I need. Between a quarter to half an inch. Look at that. Look at this little mess here. And I will go ahead and ease this up because I do need the help. The color is just amazing. And I will sew both dresses. That's why I had 2 Francies ready. All right, so let's do this now. And when I sew over the initial. I need a little bit more because this outside part is what's going to fold in. There we go. This is the way I sew, and it just works so well for me. And I'm being very careful each and every single stitch, especially and always in the neck. By the neck, the collar, because that's the first thing that you see on Barbie. You don't want this to be crooked. Okay, and it is a very small area. Oh, there we go. That's what I have left. And if you ever thought, what is this piece doing here? It's here to hold my tool. It's like my paperweight. So now I'm going to fold this in. Okay, so the neck again, it's the crucial part. And it's good. Okay, so I need a little bit. Did you notice how I was doing that? I need a little bit of easement here because it was not turning. I need this to be malleable, so cutting these little pieces helps. So now I'll look at all the little pieces that I have there. And I'm holding this with my finger here to keep it kind of like pressed down. It's really hot in my room. I don't know what I did with my thermometer. Okay, so I'm not happy with the way this looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew over. It's going to be with white thread. So I am going to use the green lime green that I have. And I'm going to sew, since it's already pressed down, I'm going to sew over with the lime green. And then I'll take the other one away, the other one out. Oh my goodness. Let me get there. I needed it to be more sharp. All right, so let's go over. So now that I have it down, I'm going to sew over. And this one, I have more control. And I'm sewing really close to the edge. I don't know why the thread is so, why it's so thick. I mean, why it's so, nothing. I'm never bored. I have so much work to do. I take care of my brother's Frenchies. And I got to take them out because I need to use the bathroom. I have my two cats. My cats are spink cats. They need so much. They need so much attention. And I have my two parakeets, and I have to do food. And we don't here in my house. We don't use processed food. So the beans, I have to cook the beans. I have to clean them and I have to boil. The split peas, I have to clean them and boil. I mean, other than the chicken being frozen, we cook it. No microwave stuff. So that takes time to do. So I'm not bored. My daughter, she makes bread out of scratch. She gets the little thing that makes it, the yeast to make it rise. So in our home, we are always busy and always crafting. So that's what I do. And then we have cactus outside. So when I get the cactus, I have to take the prickly little things one by one. So that takes a while. Oh, there's a lot to do. There is so much to do. And then sewing each dress takes an hour or more. And then if you have a YouTube channel, editing takes a very long time. when I'm listing the things that I do, that takes a long time to list. And I'm not like a typical store. Everything that I list is just that one. It's onesie or twosie. So this, for instance, if I wanted to make more, I can't buy the fabric because it's vintage. So every piece is different. And then there is my mom. My mom was so, what's the word should I use? She was so, I don't know. My dad was always in the doghouse. All the affairs that he had, I'm the one that's, caring for her. So she doesn't stand up. I mean, she can walk, but she doesn't. So she was, she just doesn't do anything for herself. So I'm the one that's doing things for her. If she wants something from downstairs, that's me. She wants something to eat, that's me. And so I'm never bored. Oh, that's good. Yeah, crafting takes a very long time. Okay, so here, I just did the serger in the back. I did that over here on the side. So now it's time to connect the sleeves. So I'm going to get, and you know what? Let's talk about mental health. My mother is always depressed. And I tell her it's that she's the one that needs to make herself happy. She's the one that can tell herself not to feel that way. I'm not that way at all. Why is this so hard for me? Let me see here. It's very hard in there. Let me see. It's stuck somehow in the bottom. I think, I mean, I'm happy because I'm always creating. I have not ever had a, you know how writers say that they have writer's block. I mean, I don't. Oh, why? I think my machine's gonna need oiling soon. Okay, so I'm going to need to oil this machine soon because it's kind of hard. Have you seen how many videos I have? I literally have more videos than followers. And a lot of it is because they are scheduled. There's things that I have scheduled for Christmas time, for December. I have things for Halloween. I have things for 4th of July. I mean, things that are themed. So I have a lot of videos just in case. I mean, I'm never sick. I'm hardly ever sick. Let me see. I'm trying to do this again. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to open this up here. Oh my goodness, what is this? I'm having trouble here. You see how this is getting stuck? Oh, that's my bad. The bobbin is here. My goodness. Go ahead. Have a laugh on me. All right. I just need to clear the thread that is stuck in here. All right. So if you get your stuff, I can't put the camera there, but I am putting the scissors in there. I'm taking the thread out. It's to an angle, and it's to my left. You see that? Okay, I took care of it. I'm gonna get all the little thread in here, all this thread. Oh, so you made that up? In my school, it was ridiculous how we had, we had some life skills. One was changing the tire. That was a one-day thing. One day my school was built in the 1940s, 1950s. And get this, one side was for boys because all the bathrooms were on one side. The other side had the bathrooms for the girls. But they had a cooking rec for cooking. So they had a lot of stoves in that class. So for cooking, it was only for like maybe 1 week of cooking. And so for those life skills, I don't know how much you're going to learn in 1 day or in 1 week, just so that they can say that they gave that class. And the only thing that I did have for an entire semester was, ow, you see that? I just poked myself, was typing. But I did not have sewing at all. Okay, so I clipped the edges. Now I'm going to do the other one. That one sleeve took forever because of my bobbin situation. Okay, so I am pinning so that I can have the bottom in perfect location. I am folding this way because after I'm done, I'm going to press this. My little iron. Maybe I could start this way. My iron gets super hot. I have gotten burned a few times with it. So you saw what happened with the bobbin. That's why I don't bring the iron when I'm on live stream, because hello, I am slightly distracted sewing and talking. So in order for me not to hurt myself, I am not using the mini iron. That little thing gets so hot. Let me see, where do I have? What I do after is I put fray check so that the thread is not going to be running. But I don't do it now because it's going to be wet. So there we go. So I did the sleeves and I went ahead and cut along the side. And let's turn this beautiful little blouse inside out. And there it is. I will get me one Francie. I'll get this one. And get her dressed. I still have to attach the skirt. Such a pretty material. Look at that. I'm glad that this was at the top. Look at how pretty and perfect that is. Her sleeves in here. I had this material, this hunter green, but I thought, nah, it's not going to be nice. Maybe I'll do it next time. See? And this is the back. This is going to fold over. And that's how the back got connected. It got connected through right there. Oh, this fabric is extremely hard, and once I find it, and I find it very tiny, it is so expensive. It's roughly 200, 300 average and higher, this fabric. So what I do is I sell a couple of dolls, and with that money, I go looking. So I need to change my bobbin to red so that I can do the hem. Let me see if I even have any. All right, here we go. Here, I'm gonna do the hem. So yeah, it is so very hard. So I made a video when I got the delivery because I was so excited to see it. So I am excited when I'm able to buy it. There's this one I do want to get. One dress is $180, but I still don't have the money. Remember how I told you it's $200 to $300? Well, that one is $180. It was $275, so they lowered it $100, but I still can't afford it. Let me see here. Which is the right side? Okay, this is the right side. So I'm going to sew the So yeah, I have to sell dolls in order to let's see. Oh, here, this is the correct bobbin. Oh yeah. Especially this one. This one is at an angle. I'm going to put this on the top. And I'm going to go through the trouble of having to put the needle in here again. Because it is red. I don't know what is going on over here, but the thread is getting stuck in here somehow. You see my hand in here? I am removing any thread. Okay, I don't see it, but I can feel it. So I'm going to put the maroon one here on the bottom. And I am going to put the red one on the top. Alright, let's try this. Hopefully I'm going to be able to thread this very quickly. I think I will. There we go. I did. You know why I knew I was going to be able to thread this? Because it's red and I was able to see it. So yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on my own. I mean, I don't sew quickly. I don't sew fast. I sew carefully. And I use the edge of my sewer foot as the... So this one, yeah, it would be ideal. But look how it's going into place. And you see that I push it down with my finger. and it stays there because it's a medium thickness. So we are done doing the hem. Oh, nice, nice. So, okay, so there we go. There's the hem. The lighting comes and goes. Oh, no, look at that. I need to take this out. This is little garbage thread that was probably at the bottom. Remember how I was looking to get these little pieces out? There's little garbage threads. That's what I call them. And there's a little bit of fuzz because I was moving things around. So I probably moved something. And let me see if I need to put the serger in here. Let's see. I am going through, oh no, this is way too big. So I'm going to put the serger here. No, I shouldn't because you're going to be able to see it. So I'm just going to do this much here. Do you sew for people or do you sew? Oh, I think you will be sewing for people. I don't think that the school's going to make you sew for dolls. Maybe like a plushie or a plush toy. All right, so what I'm going to do, since the blouse is bigger than the skirt, I'm going to fold it in half so that I know where the middle is. And I'm going to fold this in half so that I know where the middle is here. And I'm going to connect them. And then this part I'm gonna fold it over. This is the tail end of the thread that is getting sewn into what I'm sewing. Okay, I need to move this because the felt is making it stick in there. All right, so I am going to, I could sew into, I guess I could sew into this like a waist, like sew that much into it. I need to take this out because I want to open it up. There. The blouse is bigger. All right, there. That's a lot of room. So when you're sewing, if you're sewing this, be mindful about the skirt not being a precise measurement for the blouse. Okay. So I gathered it enough so I didn't have too much left over or on the edge. So now I'm going to connect this. And I could fold it over like this. You see what I'm doing? I'm folding it in right now. But it needs to be precise. Okay, there. You see that? I'm folding it into the skirt, and when I open it up, it's going to fold open. It's getting held, but okay, there. It was being held by that one thread. Okay, now I can open it up. Okay, and this one I'm going to do the same. I fold it inwards. Oops, it's letting go. So look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It's going to start the algorithm, and it helps me from today on out. So I am measuring to make sure that it's even on both sides. And I'm going to use the serger right now. So I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, remember the fold? Here's the fold, and here's the fold inside. So I'm going to pull it out, and that's the way it looks. It's already folded in, and I'm going to open it up, and that's the way it looks on that side. And I'm just about to finish this Francie dress, and I'm going to get started with the other one. Okay. So this one is made with corduroy, very fine corduroy, and the other one, the skirt is going to be made with satin. So let's put this on Francie, and I'll get started for the other one. The one thing about corduroy, especially this dark, is that it picks up all the fuzz. So let me clean all the fuzz from here. because it's acting like a magnet. I am so happy the way that this dress turned out. It is so pretty. All these little pieces of thread. Funny thing is that they appear for days. These little threads. See right here. So I will do the snap later. So for now, like always, I am going to hold this with a pin so that we can have a nice and tight view of how it should be. And I will fix her little neck area. This looks so darling on her. It looks so 70s. Oops. It looks so pretty. I am very pleased of the fabrics. So I'm going to put her on to the side, and I'm going to be looking for the color of the thread for the hot pink for this one. I think I definitely need to put it through the serger. So while I'm doing that, I am going to be giving you some Francie time. Oh my goodness, that scared me. I am going to loosen this up because it seems to be very tight on thin fabric, and basically that's what I do all the time, is work on thin fabric. All right, much better. All right, so I have the skirt. I think I'm going to hem this by hand. Because I don't want to get the, I'm looking for the thread here. So let's get started with the other one, and I'm getting the pieces of fabric out. So this is the top, pretty much the same position as the other one. And this is the back. So I'm going to put the serger on the back of this one. Oh, here it is. So I had loosened it because it was getting too tight on us. All right, so let's get started on the second one. So this is the back right here. And this is the front from the neck. So I'm going to be connecting the back. So I'm going to start with this one first. And I'll keep the red. I'll keep the red thread on. So that's one. And here is the front and the back. This right here is the sleeve. And connecting this way. So now what I'm going to be doing is pressing this down, and I'm going to do an outline to hold this in place. And this is going to help me when I am putting the bias, which my bias is going to be soft tulle. And when I'm done, we'll get to see both dresses side by side. Okay, there we go. Where is my tool? You know, I'm going to be using this one. Okay, they're both stretchy. So I am holding it right here so that I can have just enough so that I can use this as my bias. So since we have a lot of color in here, it's going to be much better than seeing some white tulle. And it is stretchy, so that's going to be almost like using ribbing. I did not do my little pricking there, but it's okay. This mesh tool is helping me out a lot. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I did not pre-cut this, so it was a little bit tricky. I still need help here, so that's why I'm cutting it there. So now I'm going to do the bias folds. And let's see how we do. I have maroon thread on the bottom, so we'll see how it looks on this one. I am holding the neck in place where it matters. I have to kind of keep it there. I'm getting some of my things here. Okay, looks really nice. I can use a needle just to, or press this down. So now on to the little hem for the sleeve. Oh, much better. You can barely see it. I'm using maroon now. Maroon thread on the bottom. So this is going much faster because, you know, I already went ahead with the other one. So, you know, it's better for me when I'm doing sewing as a, like a conveyor belt, same pattern. And this one, for the other one, I have to take an extra amount here for the waist because it's big, that much. And I don't want to take that much in here because this part is small. So now I'm going to be doing the little cut right there. Let's see. So I'm going to hold this in place. The one thing that's going to take me time for this next is the skirt. I'm going to be hemming the skirt by hand. So let's do the fold here. Oops. Kind of got a fold. There we go. All right, let's see how this looks now. All these little pieces. Oh, excellent. I took enough. So I'm going to be cutting the edge. There. Oops. So this one should end up really nice. So let's see here. Very nice. You see that? It fits perfectly. So I'm going to be sewing it this way so that I can have a visual and hold this down. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit off, but I'm going to fold this in. Oh no, I ran out. Oh, somehow my thread cut. I thought I ran out of bobbin, but I don't know, maybe it was a connection of two threads in there. So since it looked like I had some extra material here, I'm going to use this opportunity and sew a little bit tighter along the waist. See? And loosen this up. Okay, there. So this should work out to my advantage. Oh yeah, perfect. I just needed a little bit more. I do want to take this out. There. Okay. I'm going to use the serger here, and I'll be right back. Just going to clean it up a little bit. All right. Oh, there we go. Got the serger in. Got the dress. This one definitely needs to be pressed. And that, oh, this looks nice because we have a bubblegum pink in there. And I think it would be a good idea for this one to get ironed. In the meantime, I am looking for thread so that I can sew this. Maybe I can just use the pink. I'll just go ahead. No, this is not pink. I'll use this. I'll use pink too. Sew it by the machine and take this one out. And while I turn on the iron, let me see. I'll be bringing the other Francie. Thread, thread, thread. Oh, I need a little bit more. You see that? You see that? It's fuzzy. And it was not getting anywhere fast. Oh my goodness, it's started getting fuzzy again. All right, so let's get this hemmed up. So this is where we have the little have that little there we go. This definitely needs to be pressed. And I am going to, where is it? Here we go. It's something that's going to take some time. Hi, sweetie. And I'm going to start, let me see. There you go. I have so much thread. I'm throwing all these little excess. Once I press this down, I may want to redo the hemming because it's going to be pressed down to the circle or to the little that little curve. Okay, let me see. It's getting warm, but not where I need it to be. So I'm going to give it about a good minute. It's getting warm, so I'm going to start with the satin because this one needs to be like on lighter mode. So I'm going to be pressing it right now. It's on the high mode. I don't want it to stay there for too long. All right, it's definitely getting hotter. So I'm going to press this part right here. And now I don't want to touch the satin. Okay, I'm moving the bobbins because I'm getting all the thread everywhere here. I'm going to press this little sleeve. This is where I have the connection in the back. I'm pressing down the collar. It'll make it look so sharp. And see how this one is? Okay, this is the part that I need to iron. Right there. And I'm being very careful not to touch the satin because it's really hot. And or myself. I'm going to iron the other one. So I'm going to take the dress off of the other Francie. So while right now that I have this here, and I'm going to take this out. Being very careful not to hurt the satin. Let's see, I need a piece of cotton. All right, I'm going to use this. I'm going to iron this down. If I put this on the satin, it's going to burn it because it's really hot. Hold on, sweetie. Oh, Lilo. Calm down, sweetie. What to do, what to do. Let's see. Hold on, sweetie. So I was looking for some hot pink thread, and I can't seem to find it at the moment. And I really wanted to use it. So let's see here. I'm going to look at one more place. So I couldn't find it. And I took a sip of coffee. So what would be another good color to use? I'm going to use orange. Goodness, look at this. That's how much I use that's how hard my items work for me. It didn't come this way. This is a needle I know that when I was sewing rhinestones into a garment, I think the heat of my hand, the pressure, and I bent it. So in the meantime, I set the iron to low so that I can, once I do this, I can press the skirt down. It's not a good idea to be using that. I can feel the heat by my right hand. Let me see. I'm going to get some light, so I'm going to be taking this out of focus there. Oh, this is so tiny. So thank you for being here. Shortly I will finish this hem. I sewed it with the sewing machine and I did not like it, so I took it off. And I have more control when I hand sew the hem. It's just that I like the way it looks when it's, especially for this skirt, because it is at a curvature, and it just does not look good on satin. So it's going to be a very quick sew. I'm just going to sew through it like a simple sew. I got to be careful because the iron is right there. So I'm doing very small indentations on for the other side so you can't see. And when you hand hem something like this, especially like I mentioned, it's at a curve, you can see the fabric being held with such control because I'm doing it, or if you're going to be doing it, you're going to be doing it. All in all, I really like hand sewing the hem. It does take more time. Okay, right here I'm going to do a knot. Okay. I am halfway there. That's what it looks like on the other side, see? And if you go back after the live stream, you're going to be able to see what it looked like when I sewed it with the sewing machine. Even though I have the iron on low, I'm going to put the cloth over it. I don't want any surprises. I mean, the dress is finished. I don't want to ruin the skirt after all of this. So it's better to be cautious and know what the outcome is going to be instead of, just being lazy and assuming that the iron is going to be okay. So I'm going to put the cloth over this just for safe measure. And I'm guaranteed it's not going to get burned. Okay, I'm going to do a knot and we're going to iron. Bless you, Lilu. That was my dog. She's over here. She's such a good little partner, my little helper. My dog, Lilu. All right. So pretty. Where's my little, my fabric? Oh, here it is. It's just a little piece, a remnant. So I'm just going to put it here. Make sure. Oh, did you hear that? That was my finger sizzling. It's still very hot. It's hotter than ever. And it's on a low. Goodness gracious. I'm telling you, gets so hot. And even on low, it's the hottest that it has been for the whole time of right now of using it. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Man, my finger sizzled. I licked it and then I put it on the little bottom here and it sizzled. Was not expecting that. Okay, very nice. This is the outcome that I wanted. And I'm very happy about this color. I like the other one. And let me know between the two which one you like better. I mean, I like them both, but I mean the corduroy, I used corduroy for the first one. The corduroy looks really nice. All right. That looks good. Nice and pressed. And I am going to sew it and be very careful about my hand on the other side that I have the iron. See? I did say that I wanted to press the other one. So where are you, Francie? It really doesn't need it actually. So I am going to turn this off and just put it somewhere it cannot hurt anybody. Here is the Francie. She is going to be modeling this next dress. And then I'll bring the other one that I started first. If you're new to this live stream, you'll get to see the other one that I already finished. So they're going to both be listed at my Ko-fi shop and eBay and Mercari. This looks so cute. I am going to put a pin on this and later I'll put the snap. That's the color. In the back, I saved the brown in the back, put the pretty color in the center. So pretty. I'm being careful not to get burnt in the back by the iron. All right, we're going to be able to see this. Right after this, I will make a little short. I will, let's see here. I am going to take it off. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. So now I'm holding it with my hand and that's why it's moving so much. So this one is made out of corduroy. Let's see here. You get to see the corduroy and this one of satin. Very pretty. And let me show you. I used pattern McCall's 8531, and this is the style that I used. So I can't adjust it because I'm holding the camera here with one hand and the other. So I want to thank you for joining me. It was a joy making these two dresses. They're going to be new addition, new listings. This is the same part. They're just differently placed because of how the fabric, remaining fabric look. And it is made out of bark cloth. See if I can focus in there. Beautiful rich color fabric from the 1960s and the 1970s. And if you hang on for a bit, I'm going to pull the fabric so that you can see what it looked like. So this is what it looks like. This is the part that you're seeing right now. So this is the part on Francie. And the brown part that you see here is what I designated. Well, this one got green. This one got brown. Right there. Gorgeous fabric. Oops, there she goes. I did that. I started fighting with her. So these are gonna, this would make great pants, don't you think? This brown one. And then I'll make like a bubblegum pink blouse to go with it. And this green one as well. And then I'll keep the fuchsia for the top. So that's up next. I'm going to cut these for pants and get me some bubblegum pink material. So let me show you what I have. Here's a little piece. So here's the bubblegum pink material. This is knit. And that would be great for the top. I do have lime green. I think I have it with my Halloween things. My Halloween fabric. And I love this right here. This part right here. So let me get Francie back. And trying to adjust her dress here. Oh. And I'm going to work on her skirt, iron it. I think the right on the bottom is the overlock serger. There she goes. Oh, it is. You can see it right there. The overlock serger is on her waist, so that is what's taking the little flare. So I'm going to position it on the top. And earlier today, if I can find her, I made another dress for Francie. I already did a short, so she's on a stand. And this is the other dress that I made today on another live stream a few hours ago. So that is already listed at my Ko-fi shop. So love that vintage fabric. This is all made with vintage 1960s, 1970s material. Love the color, and I hope you do too. So if you have some suggestions, please comment below. If there is a style you would like to see, let me know, and I will go ahead and do it. In the meantime, I am working with Francie, and I will try to do this for Barbie. Let's try to see if this fits Barbie at all. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. I'm going to put it back on the holder. So I'm going to be moving. Oops. Okay. All right, there. I'm going to get me, oh, I have Julia here. So let's try this one. I want to see if this fits Julia. I use the pink one because she's so beautiful, Julia. This is going to pop on her. So let's see if this is big enough for the bust on Julia, and then I'll be able to list it that they can share. Already I sewed this kind of high, so I'm going to have to let go of the connection probably by her butt. Oh no, it's able to go through. Look how cute. All right, hold on. Hold on, people, for the reveal. I am going to gather, I'm going to cinch it around her waist, which I can do with the metal snaps. That's what I'm going to do. I might need to do it a little bit longer. But this is Julia. This is the way it looks on her. And so pretty. So it definitely fits the bust. And I do need to make the skirt a little bit longer. Let me know. What do you think? I think I'm going to have to let go of the sewing here because it's a little bit higher, it seems like. But that can be fixed. Look how gorgeous it looks on her. And I will try to give it more of a flare, more than the pattern itself. Let's see. Oop, there goes Julia. This is the pattern. So I am going to give it more of a flare so that it looks much nicer on Barbie. I guess it's meant to look like this on Francie. And yes, it does, but not so much. So I do want to give it a little bit more of a flare. So I'm going to be adjusting it. I'm going to be making pants. Love this on Julia. I will make a live stream. I will make a short so that you can see her in much better backdrop, and so it could be a little bit more flattering for her. So if you're tuning in, this was a pattern for Francie. I tried it on Julia and it looks fantastic on her. Very cute mini skirt, actually. And I could do panties made out of this satin and just have them snap in the back because I want it to be a very nice, beautiful fit. So I'm going to be working on drafting and making a pattern so that I can do panties out of satin. And I think this is going to seal the deal on this beautiful barkcloth fabric. And this is the same one for Francie. She happens to have corduroy. And I'm holding it in the back for now with a pin. But once I put this snap, it's going to look fabulous like this. So thank you for joining me. And I will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and love to see you in the next live stream, in my next videos. Bye everybody. We'll see you. I'll be doing pants coming up next. Thank you so much. It's been a blast.